Hello everyone, welcome to Dave and Jay's Power Bomb, and we just watched AEW Saturday Night Dynamite. It was a special and a night you will never ever forget.
I know I won't. And it was great right off the start. They had a tag team match. It was FTR accompanied with Tully, Blanchard, and they were going up against those Private Party boys. And it was. The Private Party guys were good. I was going for them. I'm not normally a Private Party fan.
Became a fan of Private Party.
I don't hate FTR.
Everybody hates FTR. It's like, where did you get these people from? Like, it was a special grapevine of trash. You have Moxley, you got FTR.
Yeah, their other company, COVID-19 rejects. The COVID-17, I believe is what they're called. So then, Tully ended up getting involved. He dragged one of the FTR guys away. One of the Private Party guys were going for some flippy move off the rope outside the ring. And then FTR, they ended up winning. They hit their special move, that Goodnight Express, and I didn't really care for it.
Nope, it was over.
They're going up against the Bucks in some point, so I knew FTR had to win that match. But yeah, I'm more of a Private Party fan now because I don't like FTR.
Nobody likes FTR.
And then, just on a side note, we're not going to be having AEW Dynamite on Wednesday next week. It's actually going to be
Thursday
the next
night.
Day. Yeah, so Thursday, 8 p.m. So NBA
be there
playoffs.
like Tully's new jacket.
That's right. He did have a jacket. NBA Screwjob. Alright, so then we had pre-recorded words from Mox, and he's saying that he doesn't disagree with MJF, that MJF is the future of the company for the next 25 years.
But you're not going to be the champion now.
But and then Moxley's like, 25 years I won't be here, like I only have an 18 months lifespan. Yeah, which that's cool.
Yeah, they was thankful.
Yeah, I can do another year and a half, man. I couldn't do 25 years of Moxley though, holy shit. So then, then we had an 8-man tag match. It was the Natural Nightmares with Jurassic Express, and they were going up against the Lucha Brothers with the Butcher and the Blade.
Yeah.
And that was a pretty crazy match. Lots of fast action at the start.
A lot of high-flying maneuvers. You can tell people who's from Lucha Underground easily from there.
Yeah.
Did I just mention another company?
Yeah, you mentioned other company.
Okay.
Oh, that's what you get. All right. So then, what did we have? Oh yeah, and then Dustin pulls off this crazy. Dustin pulls off this crazy Canadian destroyer. It's like one guy was back body dropping another guy, and then Dustin landed on the guy and gave him a Canadian destroyer. That's pretty nuts.
It was a pretty fantastic thing down there. He would definitely be coming on down to the compound there. Maybe Dustin Rhodes can have a little bit more of a murder hawk action there, because that was a great match from the last time. We should do it again. But
I gave him onset J. Roberts disease. Alright, so then, but an argument ensues. Like, it's looking like the Butcher and the Blade and the Lucha Brothers are in control. And then, so Pentagon Jr. is setting up for that stomp move, the Zero Miedo move that the Lucha Brothers do. And the Blade was going up there to the top rope to do the stomp. Pentagon Jr. loses his mind.
It was just a totally selfish act, but he should have been getting on up there, drinking some iced tea and just letting the action happen, and they would have been the winner.
Yeah, it's like Pentagon Jr. is all screwed. It was all upset about it because he's like, "That's Ray's job." Ray Phoenix gets up there and does the stomp. So they argued, and that allowed for Jungle Boy to score a quick roll up on one of those guys, and it was Natural Nightmares and Jurassic Express with the win. And then it didn't stop there though, because Butcher and Blade and Lucha Brothers, they were all arguing after the match, right?
But at the end there, they all had some unity. Unity like in my iced tea, since I don't drink anymore. Like the 4 ice cubes in there, and they just kind of like get all melting and attached to themselves in there, and it makes your tea nice and cool.
Yeah, Eddie Kingston guy that had to job to Cody during the TNT Championship Open Challenge. He got in there and he was talking some real truth to all those guys, telling them they're the best and the Lucha Brothers should be tag team champions, which I agree with. And he's like, they want us divided because together we're the best. We won't be divided. And they came in and had a group hug.
Yeah, then they had a best friends moment.
Yeah, so that was good to see. And then I went a little, so then we had words from MJF here, right? And he's not looking too good. He's got the neck brace on, and he's not really too happy of what Moxley did to him last week. That sneak attack from behind.
I know, he broke out a lawyer this week.
Yeah, he lawyered up, and they have 5 million signatures on this petition to ban the paradigm shift, the double arm DDT, from the match, which is going to happen. It's going to be our champion MJF versus nobody's champion Jon Moxley at All Out on September 5th, and the paradigm shift might be banned. He says he's got 5 million.
Not my champion.
That's right. He's got 5 million signatures on that. Yeah, they think this is a blue screen. Like,
I know.
We're out in the wilderness here, Wild West. So then, yeah, MJF, he's not pleased, justifiably so. And then we have words from Britt Baker, and like she's at this gym doing some rehab, and then Penelope and Kip Sabian are there. And they're talking about this match that they got going on with Big Swole, but they never named a condition. So Britt Baker offered Penelope and Kip Sabian free dental work for a year.
Under the couple's plan.
That's right. And they're going to have a handicap match. It's going to be Penelope Ford and Britt Baker versus Big Swole. So that's what's going to be happening at future, to be determined. Like, Britt Baker's still rehabbing. So then we go and we have, oh yeah, Tony Schiavone's in the middle of the ring, and he's going to do an interview with Orange Cassidy, and they're accompanied to the ring with the best friends, Chuck Taylor and Trent. And so then, but they're interrupted by the Demogod, Le Champion Chris Jericho, and he's like walking around. He's got an open bottle of a little bit of the Bubbly, that brand champagne that he has, and I thought he's a little drunk. He's like talking to Orange Cassidy, right? And he's on the ramp, and like he's saying that, like, you know, they bring out the best in each other, and da da da.
Yeah, basically he wants a rubber match.
Yeah, so they're having a third match to settle it all. I think that's at All Out.
And it's going to be like some
Mimosa Mayhem match. Yeah, definitely at All Out, September 5th. And the way to win, you can only win this match in 3 ways: pinfall, submission, or being submerged in an 80-gallon vat of Mimosa.
The Bubbly.
Which is a combination of the Bubbly and orange juice.
Squeeze, yeah.
How apropos. More on Cody later. Okay, so then, yeah, so then they're talking, and then you think Jericho's just going to be like, okay, like, see you in September, and walk away. But no, he's like, you've got the boys, and they're surrounding the ring. They're just going to give a simple toast, but then he's like, get them, boys. And the beatdown commenced. And what a beatdown it was. Jericho hits the Judas Effect on old Orange Cassidy there, and then they proceeded to waterboard Orange Cassidy with a little bit of the Bubbly. And yeah, it was pretty intense, and how to process it. Okay, so then we got the 6-man tag match. We got the Dark Order, 3, 4, and 5 versus the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega.
That's Psycho Kenny.
It was a crazy match. This was a really, really crazy match. This was a great show, Saturday Night Dynamite.
Mind-blowing.
Yeah, if this was on a Wednesday when it was supposed to be stupid NBA, this would have killed other company NXT in the ratings. So then, yeah, they're outside the ring, and they just go, the Dark Order goes crazy. It's like chair day on Kenny Omega, and they just like tune him up with chairs. They're like doing these innovative chair attacks. I don't know if the ref saw it or not.
They're trying to kill Kenny.
Yeah, they're trying to, that's, yeah! Kill Kenny! South Park! Holy shit! What a revelation. Alright. They are trying to kill Kenny every week. Marco Stunt tried to kill him like 2 weeks ago. So then, yeah, there's a bunch of crazy shit. Like, then they're doing like all these crazy pile drivers, like the Dark Order giving all those guys pile drivers, I think.
Yeah, there was like a lot of big moves being pulled on
3, 4, and 5, like really pulled out all the stops.
Yeah, Dark Order's not to be messed with.
And then, so then, yeah, and then one of those Dark Order guys goes for a moonsault. Then that's when the super kick party began. And then Kenny was finally able to crawl back into the ring after getting massacred with all those chairs from the Dark Order. He hit a one-winged angel on one of those masked guys and got the pin. But then after the match, Kenny just
goes psycho.
Snaps. He just snaps.
He starts trying to kill the other people.
He's beating them down.
Yeah.
And then he's like grabbing like a chair from outside the ring. He sets it up.
Yeah.
And like the Young Buck guys didn't notice at first. They're going up the rampway like,
oh my God, we're beat
3, 4, 5.
Yeah. And then the one of them stops and like, oh no, you can't be doing this.
Yeah. So he sets up a chair and he tries to power bomb one of those Dark Order guys. Tazz onto the chair. Then the Young Buck guy comes and he moves the chair. So then it's just a simple power bomb onto the mat.
Yeah.
And then they're like, Kenny, like, what's going on? And Kenny, like, I'm on Kenny's side. I think I'm becoming a Kenny guy. Like, they try to kill him every week, and then no one like notices or cares. He's like, did you see it? Like, this guy tried to kill me.
Likes his cycles.
I do. I really do. And then, so yeah, that's what that happened. And then they have another little segment after, and they're backstage. This might have been pre-recorded earlier. Hangman, yeah, FTR's talking, and then Hangman comes out, and he's like all upset because they're liars, right? The bald guy, he lied about his knee injury.
We're giving FTRs too much coverage. We probably should just go next.
Okay, Fear to Revelation, according to Tully, and that might be a foreshadowing to the Four Horsemen.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, that was that awesome.
But yeah, they're upset. FTR lies. Okay, so then we have Darby Allin versus not a favorite of anyone, but he wrestles on Dark. Will Hobbs. He wrestles on AEW
dude,
Dark.
Man, just like he's huge. Like what was Darby?
But Darby like goes like right like before the bell rings, just sprints to the ring, his feet down before the bell, and then he's goes all nuts, Kenny Omega. Right? Yeah, and Will Hobbs couldn't get out of the gate, and then he does get a little offensive fury. And I like this. He's like, I need this. Like Will Hobbs does need it.
Like, I need this win.
Big win. Get off Dark, right?
Yeah, everybody wants to get off Dark.
Yeah, and we won't even cover it. And then Darby hits a coffin drop and he wins. But then Tazz, he's doing commentary tonight, and he just
new member of Team Tazz.
He starts talking shit, right? Like Tazz, and then he comes, and then Starks comes out, Ricky Starks,
dressed as
Darby Allin. Yeah, and he's talking
comes
shit.
in with his intro music and everything.
He's doing Darby impressions. Life's a joke, man.
You know what's even funnier about that is because Darby always puts on these little paper masks.
Yeah.
And then like looking,
Yeah, so Starks had the Darby face paint, but that allowed enough of a distraction for Brian Cage to hit Darby from behind with that fake championship, the FTW title. And then so then Starks does the old truck fuck to Buddy's throat, and then he hits Darby Allin with a second rope coffin drop. And so those guys are going to be fighting probably at the pay-per-view. So then what happens? Oh yeah, so then as they're doing the commercial break, they do the picture-in-picture, and Sammy Guevara is doing the card shit, right?
Thing, yeah.
And then out of nowhere, from behind, he got jumped by Matt Hardy.
One of the Matt Hardys.
Yeah, I don't know which version.
I think it's unkillable one.
But yeah, you just start beating the shit out of him with a chair, and then they come back to the show after the picture-in-picture, and Hardy's not done. He throws Sammy off the stage through a table, and then the refs gotta like restrain him, like
where were all the refs coming out for all the other chaos that was happening?
I know.
Throughout the entire
it's like golf cart ride in Daly's place is too far, right?
Yeah.
Like Cody couldn't save his wife from the Jake Roberts snake attack back in however long ago that was. We covered
security offices in like in the two sub basements where they keep Akira.
Second highest rated video. Thanks guys. And then most viewed video, second rated, whatever. So then what happens after that? They drag Hardy off Sammy, and then we go to the finals in the Women's Tag Team World Cup Tournament Finals. And it is Diamante and Ivelisse versus the Nightmare Sisters, which are Ali and Cody's wife, Brandi Rhodes.
Yeah.
And then, it's not looking good for the Nightmare Sisters. QT had to get involved, doing a little cheating. And then a huge upset. Diamante and Ivelisse win with a quick roll-up pin.
Upset for him. I was like, yeah! Because I didn't want the Nightmare Sisters to win.
I did. They're hot.
Yeah, you love those
beautiful women.
Heel. I don't know what they're...
Gray area quasi-heel things. Yeah. So then they had Medusa from the old WCW days. She was presenting, but she didn't get to say a word because no one cared or noticed. Because the Ivelisse and Diamante, they were just excited and
threw down their flowers and pulled up their flags. And for the people.
Yeah,
they're like becoming the people's champ.
And then either before or after that, Thunder Rosa, who is the NWA Women's Champion.
Oh yeah, challenging
She's challenging Shida for the AEW Women's Championship.
I guess somebody's starting to pull a Cody and all this outside.
It's good to see the cross promotional of the brands. Like, as long as it's not other company, then everyone else is welcome, except for FTR. Those guys suck. All right, and
Moxley.
then we have the main event tonight, and what a main event it was! TNT Championship match: Brodie Lee of the Dark Order versus the Prince of Pro Wrestling, Cody Rhodes, with Arn Anderson. And
Dave's favorite cycle.
yeah, and this one
Those
didn't.
is right, boy.
This one didn't last long, folks.
Cody came out really fierce with a lot of swings. and
Not
kicks.
really. It was like Brodie Lee beat him down outside the ring, and then was throwing all those chairs
There was a
around.
quick start, and then it all
Yeah.
went downhill for Cody.
Oh yeah, man! It was basically just discus clothesline, 1, 2, 3,
Yeah, double
clean
powerbomb.
win.
Yeah, clean win.
Brodie Lee wins, new TNT champion,
my God,
and there's a post-match celebration. And Cody might be dead. Like he's like
they
getting,
took him out on
he's
a
on a
stretcher,
stretcher getting
neck
set up.
brace.
It's like Shivani's interviewing Brodie Lee, the new TNT
Get out,
champion.
Shivani.
And then like while this is happening, like Cody's on the ground, like getting fitted up for a stretcher and shit. Like it was awesome. I mean, I didn't think Cody was gonna lose ever. So I mean, this is great. This is great booking. And then so what happens after that?
Yeah,
oh
they
yeah.
pull
So-
Dustin and QT.
so
and
they had Cody's getting wheeled up the rant. Yeah, Cody's getting wheeled up the rantway, and then like he's giving the thumbs up. And it might be okay. Cody's fucked up, but he's giving the thumbs up. He
Yeah.
might make it in the hospital. No. So yeah, what happened was then
the Dark Order just
they beat the crap out of Arn Anderson. They tip over Cody's stretcher, and then his family was already beat down backstage earlier, I guess, because they drag
They
out
dragged
their
him
limp
out, yeah.
bodies of QT and Dustin, and and then so they're like just like all like dominant, like yeah, and then Brandy
Brandy's
Rhodes,
like,
so
"Oh,
some
hurt my
fit of
husband."
desperation, throws herself on her husband's. Like Cody might have neck damage, guys.
But
The
yeah,
Prince of Pro Wrestling might have serious neck damage. Yeah, you tell him what happened when Cody's wife threw herself on his body.
Brodie Lee points over to Anna Jay. He was like, "Huh?" And Anna Jay's like, "Go to sleep.
Chokeout City.
Go to sleep.
Yeah.
Make sure you subscribe to Dave and Jay's Power Bomb.
That's
Go to
right.
sleep.
That's
Go
right.
to sleep."
Dark Order wins the night, man. That was great.
I got my wins. I was happy. Dave was upset.
Yeah, but it's good for the business, right? So, I mean, it's definitely going to be Cody and Brodie Lee at All Out for the rematch of the century. If Cody can get out of the hospital on time, I think we should just end it like that. How about a high five, homie?